right, welcome back. Joining us, distinguished senator from North Dakota, my friend, Senator John Hoeven. Senator Hoeven, you know what's so great about this SPR story? I mean, there's nothing great about this SPR story, but we won't have to worry about another Arab oil embargo because destroying SPR, Joe Biden will have done an American embargo on our own oil. And secondly, he blamed, I mean, really, I'm sure you saw it. He blamed the oil companies, Senator. He said there's not enough oil being pumped by the companies, and he said those guys are asleep. Now, I just find that hard to believe that he said that.
He's wrong about that. It's supply and demand, and he's the one that's holding up supply. Our producers can produce a lot more oil and gas in this country. They can do it with the best environmental stewardship. They can do it onshore and off. They can do it on private land. They could do it on public land if he would allow it. But the issue is supply and demand, and that means supply from more production here at home, not from taking it out of the strategic reserve.
Senator, I just got to read you because it's just too good to be true. So we have the ability to produce enough gas that we need here at home. Oil, we need oil here at home, and at the same time keep moving in that direction. That's what I've been doing. Now the problem is these guys are asleep. These guys, meaning the American oil companies, are asleep. I mean, let's look at it factually, not politically. Do these oil companies, have they actually said they want to boycott production this year? I mean, what is Biden talking about?
Well, again, he's just wrong. They want to produce more, but he's got the handcuffs on them. Let's start by talking about production on federal lands. He put a moratorium on production on federal lands, both onshore and off. He says, oh, well, that's because these companies have leases. Well, they have some leases, but he won't give them a permit to drill the lease. And then if they somehow manage to get a permit, they get held up in court. And then when they produce more oil, he won't allow them to build the gathering systems and the pipelines and the infrastructure they need to get that product to market. He won't let us build LNG facilities for natural gas. We're producing about 11.8 million barrels a day. We were producing 13 million barrels a day at the end of the Trump administration. We could be at 14 or more million barrels a day in oil, and we can produce a lot more natural gas, not only to make us energy independent, to make us energy dominant, which means supplying our needs and helping our allies in Europe to help get them out from under the thumb of Putin.
Senator Hoeven, the president said today these SPR sales, SPR releases are not political. It's not aimed at the midterm elections. You buy that?
No, it is political. And what he's done now, he's taken the strategic reserve from about 1,715 million gallons, which is there for an emergency, and he announced another 15 million barrels that he's taking out today. That's going to take it down to about half, to about 358 million barrels. And of course, now he's saying, oh, well, he'll buy it back cheaper. Well, because he won't produce more supply, the only chance he has to buy it back cheaper is if our country goes into recession. And you've seen economists now talking about potentially in the first and second quarter of next year having negative GDP growth. So that hurts. So you not only hurt Americans with inflation, higher gas prices at the pump, higher prices for everything, energy being a big part of it, then you also put the country into recession. That hurts them again. That is not a solution to get lower oil prices or energy prices. The solution is more production here at home.
Senator, I don't know how, just on that last point, a very important point, Senator Kramer was on the other night. I don't know how you think you're going to bid up. I mean, he's depleting the SPR so much, and I know he says it's not political, but I refer to it now as the strategic political reserve. But if you're knocking that down to, who knows, 300 million barrels, down from 700 million plus, if you're bidding up the price in the open market, how are you going to get cheap oil? I mean, I think they're going to wind up paying $100 a barrel for that oil. It was basically bought during the Trump years at 30.
Larry, how about this? Well, I actually, during the Trump administration, I put forward legislation to buy back the SPR and fill it up at $20 a barrel, which then, you know, the Biden administration, when they came in, they opposed. So, but think about this for a minute. What did OPEC Plus just do? Just a little over a week ago, they cut their production by 2 million barrels a day. Now, net, that's about 1 million barrels a day because some of them were under their production quota. But, okay, so President Biden thinks he's going to buy this back cheaper. What's to stop OPEC Plus, which includes Russia, by the way, from coming in and go, oh, Well, maybe we'll cut production another million barrels or so and keep that price up at 90 or maybe even $100 a barrel. So really, President Biden, are you going to buy that back cheaper? Now who's in control? Not the United States, because we're not producing more, which is the simple and obvious solution. But obviously it's ceded that position to OPEC plus.
Yeah, you're right, sir. You know, we ceded our dominance and our security to OPEC plus, and we did that in whatever, 15, 18, 20 months. It's a sad tale. Senator John Hoeven, thank you for helping us tonight, sir. We appreciate it very, very much.